Welcome back, everyone. My name is Adam, Rusmin.
Hello.
Victor.
Hi everyone.
So today we're not going to talk about us. We're going to talk about our kids.
Yep.
And how you can invest for your children. So I think this has been a really popular topic recently on our Instagram. So if you've been on our Instagram, do follow our Instagram channel as well, where a lot of people have been asking, how can you invest for your kids? And then Victor, you've been sharing how you've been doing it, including the brokerage accounts, and we're going to talk about that, how you can set up beneficiary accounts. So if you're interested in that, you have kids for yourself, and you guys have two kids
Yep.
each, how you can go about investing for your kids. So if you're interested in that, this roundtable is all about that. Okay, so the first question is, someone could be asking, why are you going to invest for your kids? I mean, you're already investing for yourselves. You're building your own portfolio, and then when you pass on, you're just going to pass on your wealth to your kids. Why do you have to specifically invest for your kids right now?
I think the most important thing is to ensure that the kids are financially savvy.
Okay.
Right? No point I pass my wealth to them and they are not financially savvy. In the end, they will just spend the money off, right? So I've seen a lot of case studies or read a lot of stories about such things. So I want my kid to be, financially responsible, right? So that's why sometimes I've seen some parents, they do, like maybe every month they will dollar cost average the index, maybe $300 or $500 for the kids, right? So the kid can be very young, but they already have like six-figure sum already because the parents start early for them, right? But I don't subscribe to this philosophy, right? Why? Because at the end, that is your money. It's not the kid money. They didn't earn that money, right? When the kids didn't earn their money and they get this amount of money, right? Most of the time I feel they will think it's like easy way of making money.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah, correct. Why I'm saying that is because I've been through this phase. My dad, when he was young, he was doing quite well. You can see that the allowance that I get back in the 2000, right?
Yeah.
Was like $500 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
And during that time,
It's
it
a
was
lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
But to me, that's good money. I go school, I treat all my friends, I spend, I don't save.
Oh man, I wish I was your friend.
Yeah. So until something happened to my dad,
Yep.
right? The business and all this, and he stopped giving me allowance, and that really woke me up because got 3 months he didn't give me, and I didn't dare to ask him because his business was having issue, right? And I have to really always travel back to eat at my grandma's house,
Home cooked food.
the home cooked food, and go back to my poly. I go back, right, because it's near, right, to save up on the food. And luckily, after 3 months, my dad started giving back the allowance. Right.
So it was just 3 months, man.
But at 3 months, imagine I got no saving and all this.
Okay.
I totally spent everything.
And how old were you at that point?
I think I was like 18 or like 18,
Okay.
can't remember.
Okay.
So that really kickstart me of thinking, really have to be financial savvy. So that's where I start to read about investing. That was a long time ago. That kickstart my journey, right? So I don't want my kids to be in this phase, right? I want the time where I want to pass my money to them, right? They already know how to manage already, okay? So that is the idea why I feel when I invest for my kids, right? I don't invest with my own money. I invest with their own money, like their ampao money, or whatever, like birthday money that they get from my parents and all this, right? I invest that amount of money, and that money is their money. It's not my money, right? I don't believe in like you put $300 or $500 a month for them, but at the end it's also my own money, right? I just pass my wealth to them. Why you want to do the hassle, right? You let them feels that they really earn it, right?
Someone give it to them.
Yeah, instead of someone giving to them, right? So next time when they grow, maybe in the primary school, I'll slightly give a bit more allowance, right? So that I'll tell them, okay, if you still have to go to their school canteen and see, what is the average cost of the food over there. So if they were to spend, example, let's say this amount, and if they want to save, right, they can don't buy the drink, right? You drink water, right? So that amount they can save, and in addition, there's this extra money that I give them, right? Maybe just a bit more. That is for them to invest on. So I'll tell them, okay, you need to always save this amount of money, this percentage to invest. Then there's this percentage you must save to spend. Okay, so there's spectrums when it comes to two types of people, right? One is either they save too much until they I think Morgan Housel called it the broken syndrome or something like that.
Okay.
That means they are broke before, but they are so scared they don't spend the money. Another one is they spend the money like water, right? So I don't want. I think there's a fair balance between this. So I want my kids to learn how to spend, right? So when in the future when they get rich, right? They get wealthy, they are able to spend and enjoy the bits and pieces of life.
Okay. So what you're saying right now is that you want to invest as a way, you invest for your kids as a way to teach them financial literacy.
Yeah.
Right. So that they know how to understand the value of money, how to grow the money.
Yeah.
And I think we'll go back to that later on, how you can actually, get your kids to be a co-pilot in the investment accounts, not just doing it for them. What about you? How do you invest for your kids?
I realized that for myself, I do also invest for them, but by not giving them the money, but by using their ang pao money, right? Red packets, which is a tradition that older people like to give. Yeah. So my in-law, my parents, sometimes they do give red packets once a year, and sometimes also during their birthday date. Okay. So that amount I actually will invest it for them. All right. And how I allocate for them right now, it's my plan is basically eventually will end up as 50 ETFs. 50% will go to the ETF funds. Right. So I think I deploy into a tracker fund. It's one of them. Right. And eventually I will deploy them into the world index, right, which have a bulk of it actually concentration in the US and then Europe and some in Asia. Okay. So and then the other 50% I actually invest mostly into the growth stocks.
Okay.
Right. So I don't invest in them for dividend because they don't need it now. Right. And I always pick a stock where I imagine myself, if I'm them 30 years down the road, what would be the world looks like. Right. So automation is one of them, robotic. So I will pick stocks that where, I will foresee that 20, 30 years down the road, it will still be around.
Okay.
All right. But I know it'll be completely different by then, right? Versus my current imagination. So I will actually take on more risk for them on this individual stock. All right. So that is my current plan. But right now, I only managed to deploy 1/3 into ETF, 1/3 into individual stocks. But it will be less than 10 stock.
Okay.
Or 5. Right now it's actually less than 5. So eventually it will hit 10. Okay. And then the other 1/3 is cash, which is mostly in the money market funds.
Okay.
Right. So I do have here my friends saying that they have a lot of ang pao money. Where should they put to? If they don't know what to do, they should put into the money market funds. If they don't have the account on investing, then they should just put into the Singapore saving bonds first, right? Using their own parents' account. Yeah.
Okay. So one question is, when you say you take the ang pao money, right? Do you open it up in front of your kids and say, "Hey, look at all this cash"? And then I'm going to invest it for you.
My kids will open on the spot when someone gives it to them.
On the spot.
Yeah. So I usually tell him that not to do that. Okay. You only open it after you got home.
Okay.
Right. So and then after that, I will ask him, all right, do you want to use this money to spend at the Pokemon machine? Because he loves to play Pokemon now.
That's expensive, man.
Yeah, that's like $2 a game, right?
Yeah.
Or you want to put it with me. Okay. Now I'm going to be your bank, but I will give you interest of 10% a year. Okay, and I'll first explain to you. You put money into your own bank account. Your bank will only give you 0.05%,
something like that.
Right. And that basically I explain in a very simple term. Right, every $100 you put in the bank, you probably earn in a year 5 cents. Do you want that, or do you want to put your money with me? I give you $10 every $100 that you have.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he make the right decision. So if you make the right decision, I'll give you extra reward. I give you additional 2%.
Wow. 12%.
12%. So he made the right decision. So he actually had the money with me, and then I will invest it for him.
And do you give him the option to actually spend the money as well?
Yes, I do.
So he doesn't choose to spend.
So last year he actually had that interest income that he earns. Right, by keeping, I think he had 200 plus with me, so he earned. So I kind of shortened it because kids cannot wait for so long.
Yeah.
Right. So actually he only passed it to me in the middle of the year. I said, okay, by the month or your birthday month, I will give you the interest straight away.
Yeah.
Right. So that was actually in September. All right, and then I gave him that additional $12 interest. Okay, I say, okay, now you have this interest, you can go and spend it.
Is he very happy? Was he very happy?
He was very happy. He was very happy. And then he knew that he still has principal. So I always ask him, okay, if you want to play additional game, because every week we give him quota. Right, if you want to play additional game, you can use your principal.
Okay.
You still have let's say $500 with me. You want to use it? He usually say no. So that's a start where I want to cultivate him, where he get to learn how to allocate.
How money makes money, right?
How money makes money. Yeah. And then when he comes to the age, I don't know when would it going to be, either 15, 16, right?
Okay.
That's where what Victor was trying to do, right? I will want him to learn how to manage the money by his own.
Okay.
Right. And yeah, so this portfolio at the start, when I plan it for them, I would eventually hand it over to them. All right. So it's their own money. I give you free management fees. I manage it for that.
Yeah.
But when they're 18 or 16, right, I will eventually want them to manage
take
their
over
own
the
money.
thing,
Okay,
yeah.
but I will tell them one rule, right? Because when they are 16, 18, they'll be like young and dangerous. Right? They want to try new things, which is fine, right? I was like that in the past, right? So I said, okay, one rule is that you cannot divest your index fund, your ETFs, right? The rest of it that I pick for you, you may not like it by the time when you hit 16 or 18, you can sell it if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
But
you
must
can
they
choose.
reinvest that capital, or can they liquidate it and spend it?
They can liquidate it. By then I hope they won't spend it.
Because they've already learned.
But yes, but I'll give them the freedom to choose.
choose,
Right,
yeah,
it's up to
okay.
them. It's their choice, right? But then the one rule is that the half of the portfolio, which is going to be ETF, don't touch it.
Okay.
Leave it until you are old.
How old?
Until you retire.
Okay.
But again, they still can decide. At
Okay.
the end of the day. But it's just
Alright.
that it's a rule that I will tell them.
Okay. So I want to
Yeah.
give some context. So your oldest kid is 6,
Five.
6.
Yeah, 5.
Victor same.
Same.
Five-
We are in the same
5,
category.
5, 3.
5 and
3 and
3.
5. Yeah.
So I just want to give the viewers a context because your kids are actually 5 years old, and you're actually starting them on this journey at this age.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So you're already saying that, hey, this is how you can earn interest. Here's your interest, and you're so happy with
Spend it.
$12. For you were saying that you actually want to also teach them how to manage the account. So it's not
Yeah.
just about investing for them, but they actually get into
Yeah.
the process of
Yeah.
doing that. How do you do that?
I think at this moment they are still young, so I'm mostly of teaching them needs and wants.
Mm-hmm.
Right, what is need, what is want. At my house we have a token system. It rewards the token, for example, in terms of action based on the processes, but not based on the result.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And if you do something morally, then I also will go and give them the token as a reward. And I will say that 50 token is, it's not easy to get to 50 or 100, but I say 50 token you will get a chocky.
Okay.
My daughter like the
Yeah.
chocky.
Is it easy to earn 50 tokens in your
Yeah,
household?
Not easy. Yeah, they still below 10.
All that for a chocky?
Yeah. Then after that 100 token,
Yeah.
right, is to get a toy. You can choose.
Up to how much?
By the time I will just say, I haven't said it, okay?
Okay.
So my job is I want her to learn more of like able to save, delay the gratification. So sometimes she would like to use the token to exchange for certain things. Then I tell her, if you exchange this, you cannot get a chocky, you know? You cannot get a toy. Then she will keep back the token and all this. So that's what I'm teaching her right now. Then after that, when they hit primary school, because now what I'm doing is that every quarter or half yearly, when I consolidate, the money or something like that every year, I will look at the situation. All right, if there's dividend stocks that I can invest, I'll invest for them. If not, I will just buy the world index. Why? Because at the end of the day, right, my kids have 50 years of runways, right? So it does not matter where the index is, but their runway is 50 years. It's okay. Right, so I will do them. So by the time when I hand over to them, right, they will have a set of Singapore companies with the world index. So it's generally more hedged towards the local and because world index is in US dollars, right? When they hit primary school, right, I don't care if they know or don't know, but every time when I want to use their money and buy either the world index or the stocks, right, I will ask them, right, I will guide them to click the mouse to click to buy. Okay,
So like the brokerage account,
Yes,
the
correct.
screen, right?
it's okay that they don't know anything.
Yeah.
Right. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a habit that you have to do this. It's just like when my eldest daughter was young, around I think 2 years old or something, my wife started reading book every night before she sleep, right? And we have been doing that till date, right?
Bedtime story.
Yeah, my house is literally, I have a library, of
Wow.
books and all
That's
this,
fantastic.
right? And my daughter won't sleep,
Until she gets a story.
she get to read at least 4 or 5 books.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 or 5 books.
And nowadays we restrict
Okay.
her to only 2 books only because she's getting too excessive.
Okay.
Because sometimes I finish the 5 books, and sometimes the book is a bit long, So
Okay.
by the time she passed the sleeping time, so we say no, 2 book only. Yeah, so we'll read to her every night.
I still
Yeah.
read to my daughter every night.
Oh, wow.
But I don't read books. We read internet.
Oh, okay.
Like we're on Reddit reading like gossip and shit. And then she's like, "Hey, tell me what's happening." And I was like, just read out the stuff to her, and then she falls asleep.
That's really a good way to connect.
Yeah,
with
we're just basically connecting.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still connect.
Yeah. So I always believe you don't look at the end result.
Yeah.
Right, the end result is like they have a lot of money or that. No, you should focus on the processes.
Yeah.
Right, the process is clicking how to buy and all this. Right, I believe by secondary school my kids will know how to buy. So I will just let them click by themselves. But I will just stand out at the side until I feel they okay. Then okay, you just do it yourself.
So you actually physically get them, hey, this is the brokerage account,
Yes.
this is what you have. Even though they're still young,
Yeah.
you say they don't understand, but you wouldn't build a habit of it.
Build the process. It's just
Yeah.
like a lot of people say, oh, I want my kids to have good result. I throw them to the tuition, right? It's not like that. You should. For me, I focus a lot on training them to have discipline, focus, because the byproduct is good result.
Yes.
Right. So we want to focus on the processes.
Yeah.
It's like investing. You don't focus on like I want to make 20%. You focus on
What
what
gets
you
you-
do
yeah.
to 20%.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So same thing. For investing is they must get the habit that this is normal in their life.
Yeah.
It's just like reading book. This is normal. Get used to it. Right. So
Okay.
I'm just trying to get them to get used to these processes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to put it together, you invest in, again, ETFs, the world
Yeah.
index, and then you like the future, like,
The world where they're going to live in.
Yeah, so
Right.
like,
So I try to buy a stocks today.
okay.
Where by the time when they are like 20s, 30s, right?
Alright, so like some
Yeah.
ETFs and some growth.
Yeah.
And then for you, it's like this same thing, world ETF.
Singapore stocks.
And then you have Singapore stocks like dividends and
Yeah.
stuff. That's what you could invest. So
Yeah.
slightly different in the way you manage
Yeah.
your kids.
Yeah.
But I guess the foundation is still
The same.
the ETF.
The
Yeah.
ETF
The
is something.
foundation is the ETF.
yeah.
Yeah.
The ETF is something that they fall back in case
Yeah.
let's say I pick all this wrong. By the
Mhm.
time when they turn 30s, at least they still have the base over there, right?
Yeah.
So then of course there's a question where why don't you just pump into the CPF?
CPF
right?
like 4%. Yeah.
Yeah, or up to 5% for the
Yeah.
initial 60,000, which I think most people will hit right,
Yeah.
in the initial days. Then that is is back to the opportunity cost, right?
Okay.
So I mean, because we do invest in the market, so we do know stocks opportunities. We come across them very often.
Mhm.
So sometimes if we can get like 10% in this stock, why would I want to put in 5-6%, right? But again, this is risk free, and I think this is a very good scheme for people who don't have any ideas about investing. They could consider doing it, to secure their children's retirement age. Then CPF will be a good route.
Okay.
to go.
So this is another option that you can
Correct.
consider.
It's just that
It's
you're
not
gonna
your
get
choice.
locked up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And of course, if you put an OA, then you're gonna only earn like 2.5%. But again, when they are 20s, 30s, when they're gonna get married, they can use that money to buy maybe houses.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, it's really an opportunity cost. So if you're watching this, you really have to look at your own circumstances, whether you are comfortable with taking some risks, right? ETFs is one that you can consider,
Mhm.
right? Even if you don't know how to invest, right? EVS is really a good step that you can consider for your children, right? Otherwise, you don't want to get you don't want to go through all this volatility. Then of course, CPF is one way you can consider. Yeah.
I think at the end you still need to teach your kids how to invest.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you put into CPF,
You're
if
teaching
the
them how to
government-
save,
yeah,
but
the-
not really invest.
yeah, correct,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to tell them, what to buy, so that they always have liquid asset, right?
Yeah.
Yes, CPF is liquid only after 55,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But before that is e-liquid asset,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though we talk about I think investing for them, but a lot of time we need to invest a lot of time with our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just investing their money, but a lot investing our time teaching them, financial habits, right? And of course things that are beyond the academics,
Yeah.
right? Because I find that a lot of parents that I know, they spend a lot of attention on making sure that they are academically
Yeah.
very good, spend a lot of money on that, and sometimes even stretching themselves out, right?
Mhm.
They have no saving, but all in the kids.
Mhm.
Right, so their parents are there. As a parent, I understand. I want the best for my kids. Right? But sometimes, when I look at those circumstances that you have no saving, but then you still want to spend your children to the best education, which is nothing wrong, right? It's just that at the end of the day, when you reach that retirement age, and then you look back, hey, now I'm 65, I have no saving, I have all my money goes into my kids. Now, I gotta make sure that my kids really become very successful, right? But even if your kid becomes successful, and then I become a liability,
Mhm.
If I'm in the situation where I have no saving now, I'm 65, I spend all my money on my kids, I have to rely on them.
So you don't want that to happen.
I don't want
Yeah,
that to
I
happen
don't
to
want
my
for your
family.
kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I think the best gift for me as a parent is that I don't want to become a liability when I'm old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I think I
Yeah.
totally agree with Rusmi on that lah, because I really seen people who are around my age who are not financially savvy, despite them studying top university, they are living on debt. They're still owing credit card debts and all this. So I don't want my kids to grow up like that.
Yeah.
I want them to be financially savvy. I got talk to my wife. I said that I just want my kids to be happy.
Yeah.
Right? That's the most important thing that I focus on. It's not academic, but it's happy, right? So if I teach them investing at an early age and they start to invest, right, eventually, even if they don't do well academically, they can financially survive the world, right? So the most important thing is not do well academically, it's whether they can financially survive the world or not, right? So, and I just want my kids to be happy. So I think if they can be financially savvy and they have the money, yes, money cannot bring happiness, right? But without money, it also cannot.
It's hard.
It's just also it's hard, right? In the end, a lot of times, a lot of things are corrupt because of money problem and all this, right? So I understand about being content with things, but sometimes money do solve some things also, right? So I want them to at least get the financial side settled, right? The rest is just additional bonus only.
I mean, some level of wealth is important. Because being poor is actually very stressful.
Yes.
You don't want that to happen. Okay, so now you've invested. I mean, you guys are going to invest for your kids, 20, 30 years. So one day you guys are going to pass on. How are you going to give your assets or their assets to them? Are you going to here you go. Here's like $5 million. I don't know, 10 million. Depends on how much you're going to do it. You're going to give them straight up, one shot, everything, or you're gonna give them milestones to access that money? How are you gonna do it?
So that's why this teaching them from start right now is important, because I'm prepping them. Right. If my kids know how to manage the money well, no milestone, you just take.
Because you have confidence in them.
Correct. But if I see my kids is like they spend more than what they earn, right? They spend away the invest money, the money that they have invested since young, and they empty it. Then I will set a milestone. Right. So it really depends, right? That's why if you because now they are very clean state, right? It's a clean paper, right? It's us as the parents to set the role model, because we are their first role model. So whatever we do, they will absorb. So as long as we lead by example, right, of how to manage money, right, likely their result will be the same.
Okay.
Likely, but there's still a low probability. There's no 100% probability, but there's a low probability that they will go the other way if they mix the wrong company.
Okay.
Right?
Or you marry the wrong person sometimes.
Yeah, correct. So it's the key is to really prep them for the succession. Right. What I'm doing now is very long term. It's like 50 years, 60 years, regardless. I don't know how I will live to, right? The succession of my wealth, right? But if they cannot, I really have to put a milestone. And anyway, the will always change along the way, because now you're young, you do your will, then eventually you get older, the will may change also, right? You also don't know how your kids will grow up to. Maybe they suddenly change and all this.
Maybe they get so rich that they say, I don't need your money, man. Give it to charity.
I'll be very happy. Because I will tell my wife, if my kids are like that, I'll donate all my money to charity, which is very good. And then I feel I've done well as a father already.
Okay. So what about you? You gonna give them, or you gonna set,
I would give my wife first.
Give your wife, everything to your wife.
And because at this age, they still don't know, right? So when they are 18, so again, like Victor, I have to see how they manage their own finances, right? If they are those like spendthrift, I teach them since young, they're still like that. Sometimes it's like maybe I failed. I don't know how to teach, right? And then of course you have to probably I may consider setting up a trust instead, and then pass it on. Right, so that would be more like at least they get to cover their needs. But then sometimes it's like if they end up as have a problem with the financial, right? I think that is something that I'll be very sad. But I hope one day when they grow up, they will be like we teach
I think it's like what Adam said. You train them until they don't need your money. That's the best.
So I also don't want to set the expectation that they eventually will inherit my money or my wife's money. Because then they get too comfortable. When they get too comfortable, right, they realize that they have things in life, all the things in life, they lose the drive. I want to instill my kids the drive, right? The drive is something that I don't know how to teach, right? But something that I will want my kids to have it.
Okay.
I mean, we
Yeah.
are still learning as a parent.
Yes,
so,
yes,
Yeah. So yeah, it may, if you have the good suggestion on how to teach,
Yeah.
your kids may
Some-
grow
I,
up.
I think instead
Yeah.
of asking like,
Yeah.
like how can I teach them the drive, right? But you should switch it like what Charlie Mang said, inverse way, How can I destroy their drive?
How
You give them everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's the one way to
You
destroy
really
it.
destroy the drive.
Yeah.
and that's the reason why I think Victor don't give
I don't give
allowances
it
to
because
kids.
when I was young, my dad really give me
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
same thing for me. I don't give allowances to my kids for now. I think because they're still young, they don't need it.
Yeah.
Right? I do give them quota to play games for my elder one, but usually there will be a trade-off.
So some parents they do this is that it's clear that the parents are successful, and then the kids can see that because
Yep.
kids will grow up,
Yes,
they can
yeah.
tell. But then the parent will say, I'm not giving you anything. My money is my money. You're gonna work for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I pass on, don't expect this to go to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can actually do
Yeah.
it if you want, but
I'm going to do that to my
Yeah,
kids.
but then when they're
I
growing
will
up, they
still-
assume
I will
that-
still pass to them.
yeah, you still pass it to them.
Yeah.
But growing up,
Yes.
they will assume that
Yeah.
my mom and dad is not giving me anything.
Yep.
So don't rely on it. You're on your own.
So
Yeah.
we
So
have to
they-
take down this video after that, so that they won't watch.
That's right. Yeah.
Because it's recorded everything.
I mean, it's up to you. Okay, but that's what some parents do. I guess that's out of the. That's
Yeah.
not. That's not.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
But the
That's-
whole idea is really like,
Yeah.
you don't want to set expectation where they're comfortable and then
Yeah.
like they have
Correct.
no purpose in life, which is
Okay.
something that I also be quite sad,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
To
Yeah, that's
see
true.
my children like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this whole point, this video so far, is not actually how to invest for your kids, but it's actually how you can instill the habits and
Yeah.
the
The processes
processes
Yeah.
to ensure that they not just know how to invest, but actually know how to like handle money.
Yeah.
It's financial literacy, how
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
save, how to handle it, how to know the value
Yeah.
of money. So this whole thing is actually not really about investing, but teaching the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
I know as a parent, of course, you will want to tell them, oh, you don't worry, all
Yeah.
your financial taken care. I think that's the right thing to do as a parent, but
Yeah.
indirectly it might affect
Mhm.
their drive, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that I try to avoid also.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we talked so much about this, but let's just launch into some practical things. Like, how do you actually do it? So someone who's watching this is like, I'm really interested to invest for my kids, but I've never gone about doing it. So you said you've like actually set up accounts so that your
Yep.
kid can actually like go and click with you.
Yep.
How do you do it so that people watching this can follow
I
you,
get a
for
lot of
example?
questions about this
Yeah.
actually. Basically, I use FSN1. Okay, but I must say upfront first, there's no sponsorship on this thing.
Mhm.
Okay, I personally use it, and we don't get anything out of me recommending this.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no money involved in this. It's just that I personally feel that it's very good. That's why I need to share.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a FSN1 account. My personally only recent in the past, I think few years, I realized they have this thing called the beneficiary account, right? And this beneficiary account is to set to the person's name, right? So if you have one account with FSN1, you can open up to 3 beneficiary account. So I opened 2, which is the process very easy. Just need the birth cert and everything only.
Mhm.
So both is under my both daughters' name, right? So this beneficiary account, when I deposit, right, I don't deposit to my account. I deposit into these 2 beneficiary accounts. So then I'll take and purchase. But I can see this account inside my own account,
Yeah.
right? So what is this beneficiary account is that in the event if anything happened to me, let's say I pass on,
Mhm.
right? My kids just have to open the FSN account. Whatever in these 2 things, right, will transfer to their account for free.
Mhm.
So that is the purpose for beneficiary account. Okay, but recently I found out that I can also, when they're 18, ask them to open an account with FSN1. I just transfer to them for free.
Mhm.
That means whatever they own in this account, right, will transfer to their own account. And FSN1 don't charge it.
Okay.
Which
Okay,
is-
at this moment of this video, they don't charge it.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is very good because usually when you are trying to transfer your share from one account to another, usually you have a lot of administrative fees, which is
Or they
very
could get a
painful.
cut, and if it's a big account, it's
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
yeah.
Correct,
expensive,
correct.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a huge plus point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is what I realized in recent years. So I start exploring because I want to invest. I've been talking to Rusmin, I want to invest my kids. So I've been looking. I think I remember the time Rusmin he opened a actual brokerage account for.
Yeah, so how I invest for my kids right now is that in the past, I think since 2020, 2021, I already opened like multiple brokerages account, and then but one account I will designate, okay, this is my kids account.
And is it
This-
under your name or?
it's under my name.
your name, right?
Yeah. So now after that, recently when Victor shared with me this is very good.
Yeah.
It's a problem that I was facing back then, and then
Yeah.
now it's being resolved.
Correct.
Yeah.
But because he started investing early, I didn't. I was
Yeah.
like, I still exploring because I don't want the name to be under my own name,
Mhm.
right? Because it don't feels like theirs, right?
Okay.
So when this thing I realized, it's under their name. Then I say, oh, it's good. So I start to open the beneficiary account.
Okay. So if anyone's interested, you can just go to fsm1.com.
Yeah, correct.
Set up their own account and then set up the beneficiary
Yeah,
account.
yes, correct. I repeat, it's not a sponsored video.
Yeah. Okay, but you basically it's easy to use.
Yes, it's very easy. FSM1 is one of the best
interfaces.
I think for the ETF side, as a user myself, right, I find that FS1 is very user friendly, especially if you are planning to do your DCA dollar cost averaging. Right? It's very friendly.
So I think that account is so easy to use. That's why I want it for my kids lah. But personally, I use Interactive Broker. It's a bit more complicated.
Okay, all right. So if you're interested, just go check it out yourself. This is not a sponsored video. It's a really good tool that you use for yourself, especially if you want to set up beneficiary.
So far, I only find out only they have only.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is for the Singapore context anyway. And of course, all the things that you're doing with your kids, you're just trying to inculcate all those habits. And
we may not be may not be right also. We are still trying ourselves, so we are.
If you already have done that, your kids are not very good. Feel free to share with us. I think
how you
correct. I'm still learning also.
We also want to learn from you as well.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I think that's it's a really good video. I mean, especially for you have kids, you want to make sure that they are self-sufficient. Yeah. And learn to manage and invest the money for themselves. All right. So if you have any comments or you want to share how you actually did it for your kids, you put them in the comment section. Any questions? We're happy to answer them, especially how you set up the beneficiary account. I mean, we just point you to FSM1, but we can share what we know with you as well if you have questions. And I think that's pretty much it. All right. So my name's Adam, Rusmin, Victor. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much for sharing how you actually invest for your kids. Something more personal. And of course, if you like this roundtable, please hit the like button. That will really help us with YouTube. And of course, subscribe to our channel. Many more roundtables coming up. We'll see you again.